Hello and welcome to the Immanuel Lutheran Lancers game. This is Joel Brenthal commentating for you. The Lancers will be playing Alma Center Lincoln today. I believe they're the Hornets. We are away, so we're in Alma Center Lincoln at the moment. C team is playing at the same time as JV is, so I will not be able to commentate both. This is JV, and following this game will be the varsity match. So hopefully you can join us for that after this match between two JV teams. Frey's serve is over. That goes to Williams. Set by Rail and spike from Wales. That goes to Jerseth. Up from Frey. And DeHaven is unable to get it over. 1-0. Lancers lead by 1. Rail will begin serving for the Lancers. Rail serve is over. That'll fall at the front fall at the feet of Jerseth. 2-0. Lancers lead by 2. Rail will continue to serve for the Lancers. Her serve again is over. Up from Frey. And Otto is able to get it over. Received by Carstensen up from Rail. And miscommunication between Wales and Bauer results in a Hornets point. 2-1. Lancers lead by 1. And Stazak will begin serving for Alma Center Lincoln. Her serve is over. This time received by Wales. Set by Rail. And it'll go over. Tipped by Prindle and over. That falls. Score now tied at 2. Stazak will continue to serve for the Hornets. Stazak's serve again is over. This time received by Wales. Set by Rail. And spike from Bauer will go into the net. 3-2. Lancers now are down by 1. Stazak continuing to serve for the Hornets. Her serve again is over. This time received by Williams. Set by Rail. And spike from Bauer this time goes over. Received by Stazak over from Frey. And Wales is unable to get it over the net. 4-2. Lincoln now leads by 2. Stazak will continue to serve. Stazak's serve again is over. Received by Wales. Set by Rail. And spike from Wales. That'll go to Jerseth. And spike from Otto goes to Gurgle. Up from Rail. And over from Carstensen. That'll go to Jerseth. Up from Stazak. And over from Prindle. Received by Carstensen. Set by Rail. And spike from Wales. Saved by Jerseth. Saved by Otto. And over by Frey. Received by Carstensen. Set by Rail. And spike from Wales. Spike there from DeHaven. Goes over to Rail. Set by Carstensen yet again. And spike from Bauer. That'll fall. 4-3. Lancers are now down by 1. Carstensen will begin serving for the Lancers. And Arndt comes in for Gurgle. Carstensen's serve is over. Received by DeHaven up from Stazak and over from Frey. Received by Williams, set by Rail, and spike from Wales will go down. Score now tied at 4. Carstensen will continue to serve for the Lancers. Carstensen's serve is over. Received by Stazak. Spike from Wales. And that'll go down off Otto. 5-4. Lancers now lead by 1. Carstensen will continue to serve for the Lancers. Carstensen's serve again is over. Received by DeHaven up from Stazak and over from Otto. Received by Williams, set by Rail, and spike from Arndt. That'll go to Stazak and over from Otto yet again. And Arndt was in the net. Score now tied at 5. Severson will come in for DeHaven. And Severson to serve for the Hornets. Her serve is over. Received by Williams and lift called on rail. 6-5, Hornets now lead by 1. Severson will continue to serve for the Hornets. Her serve is over, received by Arndt. Set from rail, and spike from Williams will go over. Step from Frey, and spike from Otto does not go over. Score now tied, this time at 6. Wales to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve is over. Set from Frey, and tipped over from Prindle. Over from Otto, received by Arndt. Tipped over by Rail, saved by Frey. Put up by Severson. Otto unable to hit it over, however. 7-6, Lancers now lead by 1. Wales will continue to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve falls short. Score again tied, this time at 7. And DeHaven will come back in for Severson. Otto to serve for the Hornets. Otto serve is over. Received by Carstensen. Up from rail. Spike from Carstensen. Back row. Will go to DeHaven. Saved by Frey. DeHaven unable to put it over though. 8-7. Lancers now lead by 1. Bernthal will come in for Bauer. And Bodie will come in for rail. Bernthal to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal's serve is over. Received by Staszak over from Otto. Received by Williams. Set by Bodie. And spike from Bernthal. Oh, I can't see that number. Put over by Frey. Received by Wales. Set from Bernthal. And spike from Williams will go over the net and down. 9-7. Lancers now lead by 2. Bernthal will continue to serve for the Lancers. I might move during some point just to be able to see their side better because the line judges. Not the line judge. I know I'm forgetting what he's called. The net judge, maybe? I don't know. I can't think of it. But he's kind of in the way of my sight line anyway, of most of those people. So I might move during the next set just to see if I can get a better angle there. 11-7, Lancers now lead by 4. Bernthal continuing to serve. And timeout almost at our Lincoln. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below in the chat and I will answer you. Bernthal serve is over, this time out. 11-8, Lancers now lead by 3. And Prindle to serve for the Hornets. Prindle's serve does not quite make it over. 12-8, Lancers now lead by 4. Arndt will begin serving for the Lancers. Arndt's serve is over, this time received by Prindle, tipped over by Frey. No call of Frey in the net. 12-9, Lancers lead by 3. Gurgle in for Arndt. And Hasley to serve for the Hornets. Hasley's serve goes into the net. 13-9, Lancers now lead by 4. Williams to serve for the Lancers. Williams' serve is over. Seed by Frey up from Otto and over from, not quite over from Frey. 14-9, Lancers now lead by 5. Williams to serve for the Lancers. Williams' serve is over. This time received by Joseph. And set from Otto. Spike from Stazak does not go over. 15-9. Lancers now lead by 6. Williams to serve again for the Lancers. Her serve again is over. Received by Joseph. Up from DeHaven and over from Stazak. Received by Williams. Set by Brenthal. And spike from Carstensen. Set from DeHaven. No, set from Otto over from DeHaven. Set from Brenthal. And bumped over from Carstensen. Spike to the back row. Sent from Stazak. Falls in. 15-10. Lancers now lead by 5. And Frey will begin to serve for the Hornets. Her serve is over. Received by Williams. Set by Brenthal. And bumped over from Wales. That'll be received by DeHaven up from Frey and spike from DeHaven. Received by Wales, set from Brenthal and spike from Carstensen. That'll go too far. 15-11. Lancers now lead by 4. Frey to serve yet again. Frey's serve again is over. Received by Bodie this time. Set from Brenthal and spike from Wales. Put over from Stazak. Received by Gurgle. Set from Brenthal and set over from Bodie. Set from Frey and over from Stazak. Goes over the block of Carstensen and falls at the feet of Gurgle. 15-12. Lancers now lead by 3. Frey will continue to serve for the Hornets. Her serve is over yet again. Bodie unable to get it high enough. Sends it under the net. 15-13. Lancers now lead by 2. Frey continuing to serve for the Hornets. Frey's serve yet again is over. Received by Bodie. Set from Brenthal. And set just... I'm not sure what the call on that one was because that wasn't out. It can hit the net. Okay, the call was it hit the antenna. From my perspective, it did not look like that. Gurgle to receive, set from Brenthal and spike from Carstensen goes over. Set from Frey and spike from DeHaven goes back row and in. Score now tied at 15. Timeout Lancers. Score again tied at 15. Frey continuing to serve for Lincoln. This time received by Bodie. Tipped over from Bernthal. Goes off the block. Received by Frey. Set from Stazak and over from DeHaven. Williams unable to cover there. 16-15. Lincoln now up by 1. Frey continuing to serve for the Hornets. Frey's serve yet again is over. This time received by Bodie. Set from Bernthal and over from Carstensen. That goes to, I forgot her name, Joseph. Received by Williams. Set from Bernthal and over from Wales. This time received by Prindle. Up from Frey and over from DeHaven. That'll go back row to Williams. Set from Bodie and set over from Carstensen. Received by Prindle. Set from Frey and spike from Otto. That'll go to Bodie. Set from Bernthal. And spike from Carstensen. Received by Joseph. Up from Frey. And set over from Otto. Received by Carstensen. Set from Bodie. And over from Gurgle. Running from the back row. Received by Joseph. Set from Frey. And again, the spike from Otto. That'll hit line. 17-15. Hornets now lead by 2. Frey still serving. Frey serve again is over. This time received by Williams. Up from Wales and over from Bernthal. Set from Frey and spike from DeHaven goes over but out to the left. Lancers right. 17-16. Lancers are down by 1. Bodie to serve. Bauer in for Bernthal. Bodie serve is over. That is received by Otto. Over from DeHaven. Received by Bodie. Set by Carstensen and spike from Wales. That'll go in. Score now tied at 17. Bodie will continue to serve for the Lancers. Bodie's serve again is over. This time out to the left. 18-17. Lancers are now down by 1. And Zach to serve for the Hornets. Her serve is over. Received by Williams. Set from Carstensen and spike from Wales. That'll go in. Score now tied at 18. Carstensen to serve for the Lancers. No, sorry. Arndt will come in for Gurgle. Oh yeah, it is Carstensen to serve. Carstensen serve is over. That'll go off. Sorry, that'll go off to Haven and onto the floor. 19-18. Lancers now lead by 1. Carstensen to serve it again. Serve is over. That'll go off to Zach and onto the floor. (20-18). Lancers now lead by 2. Carstensen continuing to serve. Her serve again is over. This time received by Juseth over from Frey. That'll bounce off the net and into Wales and onto the floor. 20-19. Lancers lead by 1. Let's see. Hasley will come in for Frey and Severson will come in for DeHaven. No, sorry. Who did Hasley come in for? Hasley came in for Juseth, sorry. Received by Williams, set by Bodie, and tipped over from Arndt. That'll go out, however. 20-20. Severson continuing to serve for the Hornets. Severson serves over, received by Arndt. Set from Bauer and set over from Bodie. Received by Frey. Miscommunication between Otto and Severson. Results in the Lancers point. 21-20. Lancers now lead by 1. Wales to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve is over. That'll be received by Stazak, yeah. Lancers unable to get it over. Score again tied, this time at 21. Otto to serve for the Hornets. Otto serve is over, received by Carstensen, set from Bodie, and spike from Williams. That'll go off to Zach and onto the floor. 22-21. Lancers now lead by 1. Bernthal will come in for Bauer, and Bernthal to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal serve is over, received by somebody, set from Otto and over from Frey. Received by Wales, set from Bernthal, and put over by Williams. Received by Otto, up from Severson and over, put right back over from Bernthal. Over from Severson yet again, set right back over from Bodie. A lot of free balls here. And over from Hasley, received by Carstensen, set from Bernthal, and spike from Bodie. Let it go back row and out. Score again tied, this time at 22. DeHaven will come in for Severson. And Prindle to serve for the Hornets. Prindle's serve again is over, this time received by Carstensen, set from Bernthal, and spike from Bodie. And miscommunication there between Stazak and I can't see her number. Otto. Aren't to serve, score 23-22. Lancers lead by 1. Aren't serves over, received by Stazak, and onto the floor it falls. 24-22. Lancers now lead by 2. Aren't to serve yet again. Aren't serve again is over. That'll fall in. 25-22 is the final score of the set. Lancers winning by 3. I will be back in approximately 3 minutes for the second set. Hope to see you then. Real to start out the set by beginning to serve. Serve is over, put over by DeHaven, received by Rail. Set from Carstensen and over from Gallagher. Put back over by Jeerseth, received by Whale, set by Rail, and over from Gallagher yet again. Saved by Jeerseth, up from Frey, and what is her name? Stazak hits it into the net. 1-0. Lancers lead by 1. Rail will continue to serve for the Lancers. Her serve again is over. Received by Frey, up from Otto, and spike from Stazak goes into the net. 2-0. Lancers lead. Rail continuing to serve for the Lancers. Rail serve yet again over. This time received by Prindo, up from Otto, and spike from Stazak goes back row to Williams. Set from Carstensen and over from Wales. Received by Prindo yet again. Set from Otto and over from Frey. Received by Gurgle. Up from Rail, and spike from Stazak goes down. 2-1. Lancers lead by 1. Prindo Nope, sorry. Frey to serve for the Hornets. Her serve is over, received by Williams, set by Rail, and spike from Wales goes to Girseth, saved by Frey, and put over by DeHaven. Spike from Gallagher goes back to DeHaven. Up from Frey and spike from Girseth goes to Gallagher. Up from Rail and over from Carstensen. Received by Prindle, set from Frey, and spike from DeHaven goes over. Saved by Williams, set from Gallagher, and a lift called on Gallagher. Score now tied, this time at 2. Frey continuing to serve for Lincoln. Frey serve is over, this time received by Williams, up from Rail, and spike from Gallagher will go off to Haven and out. 3-2, Lancers now lead by 1. Arndt will come in for Gurgle, and Arndt will begin serving. No, sorry, Carson will begin serving for the Lancers. I've done that twice now. Ugh. Carstensen's serve is over, and formation issue. Otto was in the wrong spot. Carstensen's serve is over, this time received by Prindle. And spike from Otto goes into the net and down. 5-2, Lancers now lead by 3. Lancers did get a point for that, by the way. Carstensen continuing to serve. Carstensen's serve again is over, this time received by Prindle. Set from Frey, and spike from DeHaven, saved by Carstensen, free ball. The spike from Stazak goes into the net. Lancers now lead 6-2. Up by 4. Hornets call a timeout. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below in the chat and I will answer you. Six to 2, the score. Lancers lead by 4. Carstensen to serve. Her serve is over. Received by Prindle, set from Frey, and spike from DeHaven goes to Williams back row. Gallagher unable to get it up. 6 to 3. Lancers now lead by 3. And Stazak to serve for the Hornets. Stazak's serve is over. This time received by Carstensen. Does not quite go over. Saved by Wales, however. DeHaven loses her shoe in the process of spiking it, so she is unable to spike it. 7 to 3, Lancers now lead by 4. Wales will begin serving for the Lancers. Wales serve is over. Received by Prindle, tipped over by Frey. Nice save there by Carstensen. Free ball goes off to Haven and onto the floor. 8 to 3. Lancers now lead by 5. Wales to serve for the Lancers. Wales serve does not quite go over this time. 8 to 4. Lancers now lead by 4. Severson will come in for DeHaven. And who's that? Hoffman will come in for Girseth. Severson to serve for the Hornets. Severson serve is over. This time received by Arndt. Set from Rail and spike from Williams to go over. That'll go off Stazak and out of the back. 9-4. Lancers now lead by 5. Bernthal will come in for Gallagher. Bernthal to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal serve is over. Received by Severson, up from Frey and over from Otto. Received by Carstensen, up from Wales and over from Williams. That'll go off Severson and out of the back. 10-4. Lancers now lead by 6. Bernthal continuing to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal serve is over. Set from Frey and spike from Otto goes to Wales back row. Bernthal misses that one. 10-5. Lancers now lead by 5. Otto to serve for the Hornets. Otto serve is over. Received by Carstensen. Set from Wales and bumped over from Arndt. Set from Prindle and Hoffman didn't realize that was the third hit and tried to set it. 11-5. Lancers now lead by 6. Gurgle comes in for Arndt. Gurgle to serve for the Lancers. Her serve is over. Received by Stazak and off to the right that goes. Lancers left. 12-5. Lancers now lead by 7. Gurgle continuing to serve for the Lancers. DeHaven in for Severson. Gurgle serve is over. Received by Frey up from DeHaven and bumped over from Frey. Received by Gurgle. Set from Bernthal and Carstensen to put it over. It'll go back corner. Saved by DeHaven up from Stazak and Prindle unable to put that over. 13-5. Lancers now lead by 8. Gurgle will continue to serve for the Lancers. Her serve again is over. This time received by Frey. Up from Stazak and over from Frey. Received by Carstensen. Set from Bernthal. Bumped over from Carstensen. Back row goes to DeHaven. Off of her and out to their right. Lancers left. 14-5. Lancers now lead by 9. Gurgle will serve when we come back from the timeout from the Hornets. Roth will come in for Rail. Gurgle's serve is over. That'll go off Stazak and played well off the net by Otto. Set from Bernthal. And I think a lift was called on Bernthal, but she bumped it, so I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it was 2 hits. Maybe it bounced off her arms and then her chest, maybe. 14-6. Lancers lead by 8. Prindle's serve is over. Received by Carstensen. Tipped over by Bernthal. Received by Otto. Set from Stazak and spike from Frey. That'll go off to the left and out. 15-6. Lancers now lead by 9. Williams to serve for the Lancers. Williams' serve again is over. Set from Otto and lift called. 16-6. Lancers now lead by 10. Williams continuing to serve for the Lancers. Williams' serve again is over, this time received by Stazak. Set from Otto and spike from Stazak goes to the bottom of the net. 17-6. Lancers now lead by 9. No, not 9. By 11, sorry. Williams' serve is over. Steve by Prindle up from Stazak. And bumped over from Otto. Received by Gurgle. Set from Brenthal and spike from Carstensen. That'll go back row and too far. 17-7. Lancers now lead by 10. GSF will come in for Hoffman. GSF to serve for the Hornets. GSF serve is over. Saved by Gurgle on the run. Set from Otto. Set from DeHaven and spike from Stazak goes into the net. 18-7. Lancers now lead by 11. Rail will come in for Roth and Gallagher will come in for Brenthal. And Heinze will come in for Williams. Rail to serve for the Lancers. Rail serve goes into the net. 18-8. Lancers again lead by 10. Frey to serve for the Hornets. Frey's serve is over. Received by Heinze. Set from Rail. And spike from Wales will go in. 19-8. Lancers again lead by 11. This time, Carstensen will begin serving for the Lancers. Arndt and Bauer will come in. Arndt will come in for Gurgle, and Bauer will come in for Wales. Carstensen's serve is over. Received by Prindle, set from Frey, and spike from Otto goes to Carstensen. Set from Gallagher and spike from Carstensen. Back row just misses, hits top of the net and falls short. 19-9. Lancers again lead by 10. And Stazak will begin serving for the Hornets. Her serve is over. Received by Arndt. Set from Rail and spike from Gallagher goes into the net. 19-10. Lancers now lead by 9. Stazak continuing to serve for the Hornets. Stazak serve goes into the net. Lancers again lead by 10, this time 20-10. Bauer to serve for the Lancers. Bauer serve is over. Received by Girseth, set by Frey. And Prindle unable to get that over. 21-10. Lancers now lead by 11. Bauer continuing to serve for the Lancers. Her serve is over. Received by DeHaven up from Frey. And the spike from Otto goes over to Heinze. Set from Rail and spike from Heinze. That'll go down. 22-10. Lancers then lead by 12. Bauer to serve for the Lancers. Her serve again is over. This time saved by Girseth. However, goes into the stands. 23-10. Lancers then lead by 13. Bauer continuing to serve for the Lancers. Her serve again is over. This time received by Zach, set by Frey and over from Otto. And Arndt was in the net. 23-11. Lancers now lead by 12. Severson will come in for DeHaven. Severson to serve for the Hornets. Severson's serve is over. Received by Carstensen up from Rail and over. The spike from Hoffman goes into the net. Comes up short. 24-11. Lancers now lead by 13. Brenthal will come in for Gallagher. Brenthal to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal's serve is over. Received by Severson up from Frey. And the tip from Otto does not go over. Lancers win the second set 25-11. Lancers have won the first two sets, but we will play a third set, I believe, anyway, just for fun. So I will see you for the third and final set in approximately 3 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Kind of fell over. Bleachers are quite wobbly. Usually doesn't happen. Set from Carstensen and spike from Wales goes off the block and down. Hornets get the first point, 1-0. Hornets lead. This game is just for fun. Lancers did win the last 2 sets, so they've already won the best 2 out of 3 match. Frey to serve for the Hornets. Frey serve goes into that. Score now tied at 1. Gallagher will come in for Carstensen. Gallagher to serve for the Lancers, and Arndt will come in for Gurgle. Gallagher serves over to Prindle, set from Frey and over from DeHaven. Saved by Williams, over from set from Rail and spike from Roth. I don't know why that escaped me for a second. 2-1. Lancers lead by 1. Gallagher continuing to serve for the Lancers. Gallagher's serve again is over. This time saved by Jerseth. Free ball for the Lancers. Saved by Rail. Set from Roth and over. Spike from DeHaven. And I believe Wales was in the net. Score now tied at 2. To Zach to serve. Serve is over. Received by Rail. Free ball. Saved by DeHaven. Up from Frey, and spike from Otto goes back row and too far. 3-2. Lancers now lead by 1. Wales will begin serving for the Lancers. Wales serve is over. That'll go off. Jerseth and out of the back. 4-2. Lancers lead by 2. Wales continuing to serve for the Lancers. Whale serve is over. Received by Stazak, set by Frey, and spike from Prindle goes into the net. 5-2. Lancers now lead by 3. Wales continuing to serve for the Lancers. Whale serve is over. Received by Stazak, set from Frey, and over from Prindle. Gallagher not able to get there in time. 5-3. Lancers now lead by 2. Severson will come in for DeHaven, and Sexton will come in for Seth. Severson to serve for the Hornets. Her serve is over. Received by Gallagher up from Roth and over from Arndt. Set called on Seth. Not Seth, sorry. It's Zach. 6-3. Lancers lead by 3. Bodie will come in for Rail, and Bernthal will come in for Roth. Bernthal to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal serve is over and out to the left. 6-4. Lancers now lead by 2. Otto to serve for the Hornets. Otto serve is over. Received by Gallagher and into the stands. That goes. 6-5. Lancers now lead by 1. Otto continuing to serve for the Hornets. Otto serve again over just off the net. Received by Bodie. Set from Gallagher and over from Bernthal. That'll be received by Stazak. Saved by Frey. And over from DeHaven. However, it will go out to the left. Lancers right. 7-5. Lancers lead by 2. Arndt will begin serving for the Lancers. Arndt serve is over. Received by Stazak into the net. That goes. 8-5. Lancers now lead by 3. Arndt continuing to serve for the Lancers. Arndt serve is over. This time received by Severson up from Otto and over from Frey. Arndt will let that go. 9-5. Lancers lead by 4. Arndt continuing to serve for the Lancers. Bauer will come in for Williams after the timeout from the Hornets. I do believe we only play this to 15 because it's not necessary, and because it's the third match, which in JV we usually play to 15 anyway. So Lancers may only need 6 points. Nine to 5 is the score. Lancers lead by 4. Arndt continuing to serve for the Lancers. Bauer will come in for Wales. Arndt serve is over but long. 9-6. Lancers now lead by 3. Gergo will come in for Arndt. Prindle to serve for the Hornets. Prindle's serve is over. Received by Gallagher and free ball. Received by Frey. Tipped over by Stazak. Received by Brenthal up from Gallagher and over from Bodie. She was behind the podium there. Probably Otto. Otto or DeHaven hit that. However, it falls short. 10-6. Lancers lead by 4. Williams to serve for the Lancers. Williams' serve is over. That'll go off Stazak. Set by Frey and spike from Stazak. Will go over. However, something was called that I missed. Most likely somebody was in the net. Results in Lancers point 11-6. Lancers now lead by 5. Williams continuing to serve. Her serve again is over. This time received by Prindle. Set from Otto and over from Frey. Nice save by Gurgle. And Lancers point because Stazak was in the net. 12-6. Lancers lead by 6. Excellent play by Gurgle there. Williams will continue to serve for the Lancers. Her serve is over. Received this time by DeHaven. Set from Otto and spike from Frey. Falls short. 13-6. Lancers now lead by 7. Williams continuing to serve. Williams' serve again is over. This time received by Prindle. Up from Otto and tipped over from Frey. Sent right back over from Bernthal. Received by DeHaven. Set from Otto and spike from Frey yet again. That'll go off the net and fall funny. 13-7. Lancers now lead by 6. Girseth will come in for Sexton and Girseth to serve for the Hornets. Girseth's serve is just over. Saved by Williams. Bernthal unable to play that off the net. 13-8. Lancers now lead by 5. Girseth continuing to serve for the Hornets. Heinze will come in for Williams. Girseth's serve is over. This time received by Bodie. Up from Bernthal. And spike from Bauer. That'll go back corner to Prindle. Up from Otto. And spike from DeHaven will go over. Saved by Gurgle off the ceiling. And nobody able to get there in time for that. 13-9. Lancers now lead by 4. Girseth continuing to serve for the Hornets. Girseth's serve is over. This time received by Williams. Set by Bernthal and spike from Bauer yet again. This time received by Otto. Set from... I can't remember her name. Give me a minute. Stizak, that's what it is. However, that hits the ceiling and goes over, so it is called out to play. 14-9. Lancers now lead by 5. Bodie to serve. Bodie's serve is over. Received by Prindle up from Otto. And spike from Frey will go to Williams. Nobody able to get that up after that. 14-10. Lancers now lead by 4. And Frey to serve for the Hornets. Arndt will come in for Gurgle, and Roth will come in for Bernthal. Frey's serve is over. Received by Roth. Up from Bodie, however, that goes into the net. 14-11. Lancers lead by 3. Frey to serve yet again for the Hornets. Her serve again is over. Received by Roth. And that goes too far. 14-12 now. Lancers now lead. 14-11. Lancers now lead by 3. Timeout. No, it is 14-12. They're just really late. Okay. 14-12. Lancers now lead by 2. Lancers call a timeout. I will be able to give you an update on the C-Team game right after this match is over, so I'll start the varsity stream pretty soon here because band will play, the Hornets band anyway, and I should be able to tell you what happened during the C-Team game because C-Team players are already in this gym, so I'll ask them after this set. Williams to receive, set from Bodie, Heinze to receive, set from Bodie and over from Arndt, set from Frey and over from DeHaven. Received by Bauer, set from Bodie, and spike from Arndt. That is out. 14-13, Lancers now lead by 1. Frey continuing to serve for the Hornets. Frey's serve is over, received by Bauer, set from Bodie, and spike from Arndt. That'll go to Prindle. Set from Frey and spike from DeHaven will go over to Bauer. Set again from Bodie and tipped over from Arndt. Received by Girseth, up from Frey and spike from Otto. That'll go to Heinze, up from Roth and bumped over from Orange will go too far. Score now tied at 14. Frey continuing to serve for the Hornets. Frey's serve is over, received by Heinze up from Bodie and set over by Arndt. Received by DeHaven, set from Frey and spike from DeHaven. That'll go to Roth, up from Bodie and spike from Bauer falls short. 15-14, Lancers now are down by 1. Frey continuing to serve for the Hornets. Frey's serve is over, this time received by Bauer, set from Bodie and over from Gallagher. Received from Frey, and that'll go into the net. Score now tied at 15. Gallagher to serve for the Lancers. Gallagher's serve is over, received by Otto, set from DeHaven and over from Frey. Received by Heinze, and that won't quite go over. 16-15. Hornets lead now by 1. And Stazak to serve for the Hornets. Stazak's serve is over, received by Heinze, set from sorry, I lost train of thought there. 17-15, Lance is now down by 2. Rail comes in for Bodie. And Stazak continuing to serve for the Hornets. Her serve is over, received by Heinze, set from Rail and spike from Arndt. That'll go to Stazak. Set from Prindle. Spike from Roth will go over, set from Frey and over from DeHaven. Spike from Arndt will fall short. 18-15 now. Hornets now lead by 3. Stazak still serving. Stazak's serve again is over. This time received by Heinze, set from Arndt and over from Bauer. Set from Frey and spike from Otto goes over to Bauer. Set from Roth and over. Received by Frey. And that'll fall in between Prindle and DeHaven. 18-16. Lance is now down by 2. Bauer will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve is over. Received by Jerseth and into the stands that goes. 18-17. Lancers now are down by 1. Bauer to serve. Again for the Lancers. Her serve is over. Received by DeHaven up from Frey and tipped over by Otto. Bauer wasn't there covering. 19-17. Lance is now down by 2. Sexton will come in for Jerseth. And Severson will come in for DeHaven. Severson to serve for the Hornets. Her serve is over. And called in. 20-17. Lance is now down by 3. Severson continuing to serve. Severson's serve again is over. Received this time by Bauer up from Rail. And Heinze unable to put that over. 21-17. Lance is now down by 4. Timeout, Lancers. (21-17) is the score. Lancers are down by down by 4. Severson continuing to serve for the Hornets. Her serve is over, received by Gallagher, set from Rail, and spike from Heinze will go over, saved by Frey, set from Otto, and spike from Sexton goes off the block from Arndt and down. 21-18, Lancers now down by 3. Bernthal will come in for Roth, Gergel will come in for Arndt. Bernthal to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal serve is over, saved by Stazak. However, that goes into the stands. 21-19, Lancers lead by 2. Bernthal continuing to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal serve again is over and in. Ace for Bernthal. 21-20, Lancers now only down by 1. Bernthal continuing to serve for the Lancers. Bernthal serve again is over. This time received by Otto up from Frey. And spike from Otto just goes over. Heinze misread that. And on the floor that falls. 22-20. Lancers down by 2. Otto to serve for the Hornets. Otto serve is over. This time received by Gergel. Set from Bernthal. And over from Rail. Received by Severson. Set from Otto and punched over from Frey. Received by Bauer, set from Bernthal, and spike from Rail. That'll go through the arms of Severson and onto the floor. 22-21. Lancers now down by 1. Gergel to serve for the Lancers. DeHaven comes in for Severson. Gergel serve is over and ace for Gergel. Score now tied at 22. Gergel continue to serve for the Lancers. Gergel serve is over. This time received by DeHaven up from Otto. And over from Stazak. Received by Gallagher and over from Bernthal. That'll fall. 23-22. Lancers now lead by 1. Gergel continue to serve for the Lancers. Gergel service over, received by DeHaven up from Stazak and over, not quite over from Sexton. Hits top of the net and falls short. 24-22. Lancers lead by 2. Gergel continuing to serve for the Lancers. Gergel serve is over. That'll be up from DeHaven, up from Otto. And spike from Stazak goes too far. Lancers win 25-22. Lancers have won all 3 sets. I'm not sure about C-Team. I'll give you an update when I start the varsity match, which I'll be starting quite soon because the band will play from the Alma Center Lincoln Hornets, so you'll be able to hear them. You get to watch varsity warm up, and I'll give you an update on the C-Team game. So hopefully you'll join me for that. Until then, see you soon. Have a great night.